It's no secret that the coming years are big for games, particularly first-person shooters. Whether you fancy some good old-fashioned ultra-violence or a compelling story with jaw-dropping visuals, there's plenty to look forward to. So let's take a look at the upcoming first-person shooters for 2020 and beyond. Doom Eternal. More ripping, more tearing, and more demons to slaughter. id Software's Doom Eternal is everything we'd hope for and more. The forces of hell have overtaken Earth, and it's up to the Doomslayer to kill them all. With new weapons like the Crucible Blade, new weapon mods and upgrades including a shoulder-mounted flamethrower, and heaps of new mechanics, Doom Eternal is looking fantastic. It releases on March 20th for PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Stadia. Half-Life ALYX. Before the resurrection of the Freeman, there was Resistance. Half-Life ALYX is the first brand new Half-Life experience in seemingly forever and sees future companion Alex Vance in a starring role. As a VR title, players reload weapons realistically, battle the Combine, and don gravity gloves to manipulate objects. The title is out in March for VR devices on PC, but a more definitive release date has yet to be revealed. Disintegration. V1 Interactive's first title is an intriguing sci-fi FPS where you're actually battling from the air. Commanding a grav cycle with a group of soldiers fighting on the ground, you essentially provide air support during skirmishes. Different weapons and abilities come into play, and it's not long before enemy grav cycles show up to challenge you. Though the concept looks fairly rough, we're interested in the campaign. Disintegration releases later this year for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Halo Infinite. A new engine and renewed focus on Master Chief, 343 Industries is pulling out all of the stops for Halo Infinite. There's little we know about the story, save for the fact that the Chief awakens, again, to save the day. Again. Which is fine since Halo's strength has always been its gunplay, level design, and pacing. How will the multiplayer pan out though? Will Firefight make a return? What about player customization, ranked play, Forge, and all of that other good stuff? Well, Halo Infinite is out this holiday season for Xbox One, PC, and Xbox Series X, with more details coming at E3 2020. Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. Again, there's very little we know about this game, save for it being developed exclusively for VR and releasing on Oculus Rift. Players will control an OSS agent dropped into Europe during World War II, fighting with the French resistance while also destroying Nazi bases. And yes, multiplayer is included. Rainbow Six Quarantine. A follow-up to Operation Chimera from Rainbow Six Siege, Rainbow Six Quarantine takes place several years in the future. The alien parasite is back and stronger than ever with a squad of 3 operators tasked with taking it down. Boasting totally unpredictable missions, Quarantine focuses more on the PvE side of things while retaining the tactical shooter elements of Siege. It's out this year for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Bright Memory Infinite. Developer FQYD made an impressive debut with Bright Memory Episode 1, a mesh of first-person shooting and hack-and-slash combat with some gorgeous visuals. For all intents and purposes, it was a glorified demo, but Bright Memory Infinite will build upon it into a full game. The fast-paced action is still intact, along with the story of the SRO and its supernatural investigations. There's no release date, but owners of Bright Memory Episode 1 will receive a 100% discount, so that's nice. WITCHFIRE. The astronauts WITCHFIRE seemingly hasn't had a ton of big announcements, but development has progressed steadily since its initial 2017 reveal. With a dark fantasy approach inspired by Dark Souls, massive foes, and good-looking gunplay, WITCHFIRE is slated to release this year for PC. It's also kind of not a looter shooter, but also kind of is? Don't ask. CROSSFIREX. Fun fact, Smilegate's free-to-play FPS Crossfire first released in 2007 and has grossed over $10 billion in revenue. CrossFireX is a slightly different beast, releasing for Xbox One later this year and offering a single-player campaign developed by Remedy Entertainment. Multiplayer is also included, but we'll see how well the formula holds up in this day and age, especially on Xbox One. Battlefield 6. According to Electronic Arts, Battlefield 6 is officially in the works, releasing sometime between April 2021 and March 2022. The shooter will target next-gen consoles like the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. While that means no competition for Call of Duty this year, there's hope that it will deliver a truly revolutionary experience, especially in the multiplayer area where Battlefield 5 faltered. Cyberpunk 2077. CD Projekt Red's next big title is a role-playing game first and foremost. However, it's also a shooter, taking place from the first-person perspective, and offering all manners of firearms and melee weapons to annihilate foes. Define your playstyle and leverage the various life paths, branching side quests, locations, and paths of customization for all kinds of intriguing outcomes. Releasing on September 17th, Cyberpunk 2077 is coming to Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Google Stadia. Overwatch 2. Blizzard is billing Overwatch 2 as a sequel, with a story campaign, hero abilities, progression trees, and updated looks for all of the characters. However, Overwatch 1 players will see their cosmetics carry over, and they'll have access to the new modes and maps. Also, both clients will eventually merge. Confusing? You bet, but the expanded PvE mission design should provide a nice alternative to multiplayer. Overwatch 2 is currently in development for Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Call of Duty 2020. It was a given that there would be a new Call of Duty this year, and the next, and the next. However, this year's iteration is interesting because of the rumors. Apparently, Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software were developing the title, but tensions between the two resulted in Treyarch being brought in to lead the project. It's essentially a new Black Ops title with the story set in the Cold War. Whether it will be cross-gen or a reboot is still unknown, but it exists. Expect to see it release in fall of 2020. Payday 3. The one FPS on this list that's the furthest off. Payday 3 is expected to launch sometime between 2022 and 2023, possibly for next-gen platforms. The project was announced as far back as 2017, which means it'll have had a 5 to 6 year development cycle by the time it releases. If Payday 3 can capture the tension and inherent hilarity of its predecessors, then we're on board. Until then, we wait. Atomic Heart. You're a KGB agent sent to investigate a mysterious facility that's gone silent. Sounds typical, but Mudfish's Atomic Heart has a bit more going on. Touted as an action RPG first-person shooter with melee combat, crafting, and some stealth, it's set between the 1930s and 60s with advanced technology like robots being prevalent. For all its gorgeous visuals though, rumors have circulated about rebooted development, gameplay changes, and layoffs. No release date has been announced, but it's still in the works for now. Next, Far Cry. Ubisoft's financial results for Q3 FY 2019 are currently available, outlining the company's plans for the coming year. It's revealed that 5 new AAA titles would be released between April 1st, 2020 and March 31st, 2021. 3 of these titles are well known, and with the other 2 being from the publisher's biggest franchises. But before you get hyped about the potential return of Splinter Cell, Kotaku's Jason Schreier said that the remaining 2 titles will be Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. A sequel for Assassin's Creed, codenamed Ragnarok or Kingdom or what have you, has been expected for a while. However, Far Cry 6, if that's what it ends up being called, is an intriguing new development. And that about does it for this video. If you enjoyed what you watched and want to see more from GamingBolt, you can always hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon next to it. That way you will never miss any of our videos.